Hey guys, today we're going to be fletching arrows, particularly carbon shafts. These are the Gold Tip Pro Hunters. They're straight as shafts. As you can see here, I've got wraps, and the reason why I do that is because it's a lot easier to glue to a carbon shaft. Otherwise, you have to sandpaper the shaft, glue the fletching on, and the problem you have there is once you wear out the fletching, like I have here with some holes in it from lacking and stuff, that you may actually damage your shaft trying to remove them. And by using wraps, it's simple, it's quick, and then the gluing process is really easy. And then when you want to remove them, you can just pull like that. But, you can't really complain about that. And then to remove the wrap, you just dip it in boiling water, and then boom, it pulls right off. Simple as that. You can't really complain. So I'm going to go through the process of removing the fletching, like I just showed you here, and then I'm going to also boil and remove the wrap. And then I'll show you, how to apply it and make it where it's nice and even all the way around, and then refletch it. So hope you enjoy, and there's more videos to come. Okay, so we got the boiling water, we got the shaft with the wrap, and I've removed the knock, so just in case we don't melt it or anything fun like that. So we'll put that down, and then now we're just gonna take it and dip it into the boiling water. This may take 1 or 2 times to really loosen it up and make it really easy to pull off. And part of the reason I take the knock off is just so it doesn't melt, possibly, because the water is around 215 degrees to cause for boiling, so we don't want to melt the plastic, just in case. And then we just begin pulling, and as you can see, it's coming off pretty easily there. I got a little rip, no biggie. We'll put it back in the boiling water, we'll turn it a few more times. And it's actually not. It cools down real quick, so you don't have to worry about pulling it out and burning your fingers. It's at least for me, it's not that bad. So we'll go ahead and we'll do that, and then once I'm done with this, I'll show you what it looks like after it's done, which will be simple because we'll be going on to reinsert the knot, rewrapping it. And I've laid out one of my wraps. I've got a little board here that has measurements from 1 to 8 inches, or actually 0 to 8 inches to be correct. And it has little hash marks and everything, so you can really line it up pretty well. And then all I simply do is take the shaft, do my best to line it up with the edge of where the knock meets, make sure everything's nice and even, and then just simply roll it on. And then I just go ahead and I flatten out that edge, finish rolling it, and there we go. Really simple way to get the wrap on, and it's nice and even, no offset or anything, so you don't have to worry about that if you're one of those guys or girls who are very picky about that. So I'll go ahead and do up the next shaft, and then we'll move on to actually fletching. And I really like the Joe Jane multi-fletcher, just because for 80 bucks you can fletch 6 arrows compared to like the Blitzenberger where you can only do 1. It doesn't have as many options as the Blitzenberger, but for me, I don't care. I can set how much of a helical I want, and that's really all I need. And the clamps are simple to use, and we'll get to that next. A different color. For me, I don't worry about it, so, especially with a compound, you don't really need to. Mine's set up for left helical. I like helical because I also shoot traditional, so this serves 2 purposes. And I just kind of old-fashioned that way, because really it doesn't matter if you shoot left helical or right helical, you'll get the same effect. You just want to make sure that all your arrows are the same helical. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take one of our little clamps here, make sure we got any kind of glue left over from before cleaned off, and then we just take one of the fletchings and we just go ahead and we set it in and make sure it's lined up as well as we like. Take our glue, and we go ahead and we just apply the glue right along the bottom of the fletching, and then once we've got that glue completely set out, then all we need to do is simply go ahead and push down. The glue will spread across the shaft, and once that happens, if you want, you can clean it up with a little cloth or something, wipe it if you want to make it look all real neat. I don't worry about it. And then you just repeat, take the next fletching after, of course, like I said, you clean it off, apply the next fletching, and then you apply the glue, and you set it again, and you put the pressure. And I'm using a kind of a fast drying glue, so you want to make sure you're careful, when you do that. But I've used other glues that are just as well, or just as good. And then you wait a few minutes, come back, and
we've got
you go from there.
fletching on.
I'll show you
all
how
the way around.
to finish it great. So now what we're going to do is we're going to finish off the shafts, or more or less the fletching, by applying glue to the front and to the back of the fletching. That way it'll hold it on a little better when it flies, and it gives you a little more stability. So we'll do that. Then these arrows are done. They're ready to shoot. Best idea usually, even with the fast dry, is I usually wait a day to shoot them. Just make sure the glue dries, and I don't want to see my arrow flying off to the target, doing some weird thing, and see fletching going every which way. Which, to be honest, has happened, especially with feathers. Plastic veins, I haven't had it happen, but with feathers, I have. So patience is good after this point, So there you go. So we'll go ahead and apply the glue. You don't need to apply a lot of glue. Just a dab will do you, as they say. And once you're done applying this glue to the front and back, all you're gonna do is just set it off like this one, and let it dry. And and warning to the married guys is, you may notice I have to be careful with my glues, just because if I get it on the carpet, the wife will kill me. So I probably would recommend you also being careful with the glue, and definitely try not to set these on the floor or anything. Well, unless you want it to be part of the floor, that might be entertaining till your wife gets home. So that could be interesting. Okay, so we'll finish this up real quick, and after I'm finished with this video, I'm gonna start making a video on how to basically do wood arrows from scratch. They're already cut to length, and I've already done the knock end and the point end, just so that I can assert or attach a knock and attach a field point. But we're gonna actually make these arrows for my wife, and so they're gonna actually be gold and all that kind of fancy stuff. But when that video comes out, you'll get to see how to make wooden arrows from scratch. And really, I think that's about it for now, and there'll be more videos to come for Dora, my wire hair Vishla, and thank you for your time. Thank you.